Hey everyone, Shiro here. In this video we're going to break down Cassie Cage and go over her moves and toolkit. There doesn't really seem to be too much info on her currently. She definitely seems to be giving quite a few people some problems in regards on how to play her, which is understandable because she can be a bit frustrating trying to figure out at first, but once you get it down, she can be pretty fun to play. So this video will not be a combo guide, but I will go over her launchers that can lead into combos, and if you found this video helpful, a like and a subscribe will be greatly appreciated. So, to get started, the pros and the cons for Cassie. In regards to the pros, she has very good buttons. Her frame data is really good for a lot of her normals. She's got very good staggers, and she can restand using the nut kick, the back down 3. She has a low profiling projectile with the digital soldier variation, which is pretty much going to be the one that I'm going to be focusing on in this video. I have not really spent much time with the Yas Queen variation, though I do know there's people that play it, and you know, you can find that information on Twitter or Discord. I will put a link for the Cassie Discord in the description, so y'all can check that out. But yeah, just digital soldier. She plays the neutral very well, and she has very good whiff punishes for it. Now the cons is that she does require some high execution. She does have a fairly mediocre damage output versus the rest of the cast, and she's very meter reliant. Alright, so we're gonna start off with her advancing normals. She has her back 2, which is -4 on block. She has forward 2, which is 0 on block, and it follows up with a grab, which is +1 on block and can also be used as an anti-air. There's also the back 3, which is -6 on block and can also be used as a pretty good anti-air as well. Some other notable normals of her: she has her forward 4, very good range. It is 0 on block and also leads into an overhead. Forward 3, it's -2 on block. It is a low, but the startup is a bit slow. We can check the frames on that. That is 19 frames. So if someone is mashing down 1, you try to throw it out, they'll probably stuff it. But it goes into a standing 4, which is -3 on block. So that's pretty good. Standing 1, 7 frame jab, +1 on block. 2-1. That's -1 on block and can also go into an overhead. Probably not the best overhead, but I think with the -1, I think that can be used as a pretty decent stagger, and probably to kind of keep them in check with that overhead. Standing 3, 8 frame startup, it is +3 on block. In the corner, it can launch, which we'll go over later. Standing 4, pretty good range. This can also be used as an anti-air as well. I personally think the timing is a bit weird. I think back 3 is a bit more dependable, especially because it moves you forward. As well as, this is pretty good because it sucks them in, but I don't think it's as good as the back 3. Alright, so for the standing 4, if you're up in their face, despite it being a high, they can block it while crouching. So it's +3, so you can kind of go into some good pressure with that. Now, in regards to her special moves, so she has back forward 1, which is just a gun projectile. It's not the best. She can also do it in the air. Of course, you can meter burn it, which will shoot another one at the bottom, or low. Down back 1, this is pretty much the reason why Digital Soldier is so good. So I think it's her main zoning tool. It low profiles, so if somebody's trying to zone you and they're shooting, you know, most projectiles usually are high, she can just go right under them and fire right back. One thing to keep in mind, it is a mid, but it's still pretty good. A lot of people think it's a low, but it's a mid. Down back 3. This is a terrible move. You can't combo with it. It has an incredibly high recovery. It's like 40-something frames. Really wish this move didn't exist. Back down 3 is the nut kick. It's for her restands. It is very unsafe on block. So you kind of don't want to... You want to make sure you hit confirm into that. But otherwise, it's her restand. It's +2 on hit. You're probably going to be ending your combos with this. Back forward 4 is the glow kick. It's safe on block when you meter burn it. It's about 0 on block. If you're going for damage, this is pretty much going to be your combo ender for damage. So you're going to want to take into account, do you want to deal damage or do you want to go for the restand and try to go for some mix-ups and frame traps and stuff like that. So next we're going to go over her Fatal Blow. It's not the best. It has 1 hit of armor. It's not really going to be a huge combo ender. You can use it in the air, so you might be able to whiff punish, maybe. But it can be comboed from certain strings. Those are forward 4-1, back 3, forward 2, forward 2, and forward 3-4. Now, if you noticed in the combo input, or the button input on the screen, I was holding forward. It's to get the far one, so that you can connect. It might seem like back to 4 might connect, but it doesn't. There's a delay, and they'll block it, so that doesn't combo. Now, in regard to her launchers, she has back 1-3, down back 1 meter burn, and if you're in the corner, 3-4. But you do have to be up in their face for it, so it is a bit awkward. Of course, back 1-3 will also work in the corner. Down back 1 meter burn, not as good. You can do some side switch combos with it, but it's a bit awkward. Alright, so we're going to talk about her Crushing Blows next. As usual, like with every character, down 2, when you counter and punish a high attack, will do that. For back 1-3, they have to be stand blocking for that to connect. For the back 2-4-3, the final hit has to connect. So that's a bit weird. So it's not very reliable. There's a small gap if they try to backdash before the 3. It's a guaranteed Crushing Blow, but the thing is that it's a high, so most likely they're probably going to try to duck it. So forward 2, 1+3, that does a Crushing Blow on counter or punish. It's probably the easiest to trigger, so it's fairly nice damage for whiff punishing. The downside is that once you use it, that's it, it's gone. But that's probably going to be the Crushing Blow that you're going to be doing the most. It does not, it can't combo because it pushes them all the way to the other side of the screen. But it deals some nice damage. Next is the charged guns. So if you hold it to the maximum duration, it will do a Crushing Blow. You're probably never going to land this. Now the thing with this is that you can cancel it once it's charged, and it does deal extra damage with her gun attacks, but you don't get the Crushing Blow from it. It has to be the whole duration, standing there, charging it, and shooting it. Not very good. Alright, so the next one is on the back down 3. The trigger for that is it's on the 3rd meter burned move. So throughout the match, if you have the meter to spare, you're going to build up to that 3rd one. And if you notice the life bar, it deals dot bleed damage on there. So, pretty nice. I think aside from maybe the back 1-3 and the down 2. This is probably the only other good Crushing Blow. Now the good news with the down 2 and back 1-3 Crushing Blow is that to combo off of it, you really don't have to change anything. It's, you know, as they're falling, just do your usual stuff, maybe standing 4 into the meter burn guns and all that. In regards to the get up and flawless block attacks, the up 3 is probably the most dependable one, as it's invulnerable and gives very good spacing. So when you see that, you're kind of at a good range to kind of play the neutral again. In regards to up 2, it's very difficult to combo with, but it can be done, but it's just incredibly difficult. If you are cornered, it is much easier to combo off of it, because more likely they're going to be very close to you, trying to get more pressure. So a few other notes in regards to this character, and I haven't done too much testing on this, but from what I've been told by a few others is that some combos can be a bit inconsistent with certain characters. Notably, some of the heavier characters, such as Shao Kahn, Garrus, I think Collector, Kotal Khan, Raiden, Jax, characters like that. And also with some of the female characters like Kitana, for example. Kitana was definitely one that I noticed right off the bat. There are small adjustments you can make. I know for characters like Kitana, for some of the combos, if you just input like a little bit of a walk between some of the combo finishers, you should be fine. So if you notice right there, the final hit didn't go through. But on that one, all we did was just kind of walk a little bit right before that last standing 4 to get that to connect. So with certain characters, you just kind of have to make small adjustments to get those combos to land. Aside from that, I think that pretty much covers most of her basics. The rest is just going through her moves to try to figure out, what frame traps you're going to do. Some things that you can probably jail, like her down 1 has plus 10 hit advantage, and forward 4 comes out in 9 frames, so you can probably jail with that. I think it can also work with her down 3. Yeah, if I don't mess it up. So really just try to work around with it. The restand also is plus 2 hit advantage, so you can try to go for a grab, maybe go for a forward 4, maybe shimmy back, go with a back 2-4, maybe shimmy back again, back 1-3. So, just figure it out. And again, check out the Cassie Discord. I'll put a link in the description. So, do hope you enjoy playing Cassie and that you found this video helpful. Take care.